Without wasting any time, let's start the November horoscope readings right away with Aries. Dear Aries and rising Aries, the month of November begins with a desire to stay a bit more in the background. While life moves quickly, you'll feel the need to make sense of what you've experienced and to understand the reasons behind events. This may occasionally slow you down a little. As of the 4th of the month, with Mercury's transition into Sagittarius, your travel schedule gains momentum. News or communications from distant places may come to the forefront. Plans with siblings or relatives, commercial ventures, buying and selling, or matters related to education start to pick up pace. The full moon on November 5th affects your financial area. Important developments related to money may arise. You may receive a payment you've been waiting for. Or conversely, some delays might put financial pressure on you. During this period, the need to strengthen your financial security will come to the forefront. It would be wise to act quickly because starting from November 7th, positive developments regarding money are waiting for you. However, attention. Starting November 9th, Mercury begins to retrograde. This retrograde will influence your areas of travel, education, trade, and international affairs. During this time, some disruptions and delays may occur. Be cautious about possible changes in travel plans, delays, or document losses. Especially while driving, avoid distractions. The new moon on November 20th offers opportunities to make new beginnings in financial matters. If there are financial steps you've been wanting to take for a long time, it will be right for you to take action after this date. New income opportunities or investment plans may come into play. Overall, November will be a time to re-establish your financial stability, clarify your goals, and take solid steps toward the future. I wish you a beautiful and productive month, dear Aries and rising Aries. Dear Taurus and rising Taurus, you are stepping into November with a rather dynamic social circle. News, invitations, or developments coming from your group of friends seem likely to set the general tone of the month. Your social relationships during this period will both motivate you and lead you to make some important decisions. As of November 4th, with Mercury's transition into Sagittarius, financial matters come to the forefront. During this time, you may review your income-expense balance, make financial plans, or take new decisions regarding money. However, be careful not to take too many risks, because on November 10th, Mercury will begin its retrograde motion in this area. During Mercury retrograde, it would be wise to be cautious with financial exchanges. Avoid lending or borrowing money and refrain from acting as a guarantor. Otherwise, unexpected situations or unplanned developments may strain your financial balance. The full moon on November 5th occurs in your sign. This full moon will shed light on some sensitive areas of your life. You may feel the need to make important decisions regarding your health, personal goals, relationships, or the general direction of your life. It would be beneficial to pay attention to issues related to the throat, pharynx, and vocal cords. Minor colds or thyroid-related topics may also come up, so don't neglect to listen to your body. From November 9th onward, you may start to feel the effects of Mercury retrograde more strongly. Therefore, take your financial steps cautiously. The new moon in Scorpio on November 20th brings a fresh breath to your private life. New developments regarding your partnerships, relationships, or marriage may come to the forefront during this period. If you want to start a new relationship, strengthen an existing bond, or enter into a joint venture, taking these steps after November 20th will be much more beneficial. Overall, November will be a period in which you should be careful with financial matters while staying open to new beginnings in relationships. Wishing you a beautiful, productive, and balanced month, dear Taurus and rising Taurus. Dear Gemini and rising Gemini, November begins as one of those periods when luck and opportunities are on the rise for you. Throughout this month, you will find yourself both in an intense work rhythm and in the spotlight. A busy period awaits you in terms of work and responsibilities. Everything you do will attract more attention. As of November 4th, Mars's transition into Sagittarius energizes your relationship sector. During this time, a more freedom-oriented atmosphere may arise between you and your partner. Your desire to create personal space rather than to bond may increase. However, this yearning for freedom could occasionally bring mutual tension or heated arguments. Be careful not to fall into disagreements with your loved one. Additionally, this transit may bring movement regarding relocation, changes in living arrangements, or shared plans. The full moon on November 5th may illuminate the background of an issue that has been occupying your mind for a while. You may discover the truth about something you've intuitively suspected. While this full moon activates your subconscious, it may also push you to turn inward a bit. As this is a period open to emotional ups and downs, it will be important to take care of your mental health and inner balance. If needed, make time to rest. Pulling back a little could do you good. Starting November 9th, Mercury begins its retrograde motion, and this retrograde will affect your relationships and marriage sector. During this period, misunderstandings in communication, resurfacing of old topics, or hearing from past relationships may occur. Former loves may suddenly reappear, or you may need to revisit unresolved issues from the past. If you are married, patience and understanding will be especially important between you and your partner. The new moon in Scorpio on November 20th will bring new beginnings related to your work life, daily routine, and health. There may be important changes in your work environment, new projects you get involved in, or lifestyle decisions regarding your health. The steps you take after this new moon will bring more lasting results. Overall, November will be a period filled with an intense work pace, fluctuations in relationships, and significant inner realizations. However, if you take the right steps, you can achieve strong progress both in your career and in your personal life. Wishing you a beautiful, joyful, and highly self-aware month. Dear Gemini and Rising Gemini. Dear Cancer and Rising Cancer, you are stepping into November quite quickly and intensely. News from distant places, travel plans, or developments related to education will stand out on your agenda this month. In short, certain events beyond your control may shape the direction of your life. Therefore, a dynamic pace awaits you from the very beginning of the month. With Mars moving into Sagittarius at the start of November, your work, service, and health sectors begin to gain momentum. During this time, you may find yourself working quite intensely, directing most of your energy toward your job and daily responsibilities. As your pace increases, you may occasionally feel tired. In addition, issues such as fevers, infections, or sensitivities related to the immune system may arise. If you exercise, it will be beneficial to pay special attention to your muscles, joints, and bone health. The full moon on November 5th will activate your social circle and friendships. Sensitive conversations may occur with some friends, or developments in their lives may also affect your own agenda. Try to stay away from unnecessary tensions in social environments. Starting November 9th, with Mercury beginning its retrograde motion, communication problems and confusion may arise in your workplace. During this period, it may not be the best time to start a new job, change your current routine, or make major decisions. It would also be wise to be careful about health matters. Don't skip your regular checkups and avoid overstraining your body. The new moon on November 20th brings your love life and matters related to creativity into the spotlight. During this time, you may start fresh in your relationships or experience affectionate new developments. If you have children, you may make important decisions about them, or you may take new steps in artistic projects. Your heart and emotions will be revived with this new moon. Overall, November will be a busy, yet productive month, sometimes tiring, but emotionally fulfilling. If you direct your energy wisely, you can achieve wonderful results both in your career and in your personal life. Wishing you a joyful, healthy, and prosperous month, dear Cancer and rising Cancer. Dear Leo and rising Leo, you are starting November with financial matters taking the forefront. In the first days of the month, issues such as debts, balance of payments, reorganizing your expenses, or restructuring your financial responsibilities will be on your agenda. You are in a process of making important decisions about what kind of system you should establish regarding money matters. As of November 4th, with Mars changing signs, your attention will turn more toward your love life, matters related to your children and your hobbies. Your energy is increasing. During this period, physical activities, especially those involving dance, rhythm, or the arts, may do you good. You may experience rapid developments in areas where you can express your creativity. The full moon in Taurus on November 5th marks an important turning point in your career and professional life. A situation you have been waiting on for some time in your work or professional matters may become clear. You may have the opportunity to receive recognition for your efforts, become more visible, and gain appreciation. However, since home and family matters will also attract your attention during this period, you may occasionally find it challenging to balance your private life and career. Try to complete your important steps before November 9th, as Mercury will begin its retrograde motion after this date. Mercury's retrograde will affect your areas of love and children, which indicates that certain issues from the past may resurface. Unfinished relationships may reappear, or you may hear from an ex-lover. If you are currently in a relationship, this is a period prone to misunderstandings, so it will be beneficial to be more careful in communication. You may also need to be patient in your interactions with your child. For Leos involved in artistic work, this period may be productive for completing projects that were started in the past and for refining creative ideas. The new moon on November 20th will direct your focus toward themes of home, family, and domestic life. Issues such as moving, relocation, renovation, or buying and selling property may come to the forefront. You can use the period following this new moon to establish a new order within your family or to make deep-rooted decisions. Overall, November marks an important period for financial restructuring, facing relationship matters from the past, and making family-related decisions. As long as you act with planning and caution, you can come out of this process stronger. Wishing you a beautiful, prosperous, and peaceful month, dear Leo and rising Leo. Dear Virgo and rising Virgo, you are stepping into November with matters concerning your relationships and private life coming to the forefront. During this period, you may need to make important decisions or take on certain responsibilities regarding your partnerships or close relationships. These decisions will be significant in determining your direction in the coming days. As of November 4th, with Mars moving into Sagittarius, a busy period begins in areas related to your home, family, and living arrangements. If you were planning to rest peacefully at home, that may not be very possible, as household tasks may suddenly multiply. Repairs, painting, or renovations may come to your agenda. In addition, there may be a hectic atmosphere within the family. Guest visits may increase, or you may find yourself communicating more with distant relatives. The full moon in Taurus on November 5th will activate your travel, education, and trade sectors. If your work is related to commerce, this full moon may bring fast developments. Long-distance connections, travel plans, lawsuits, or official procedures may gain momentum. You may also make important decisions regarding academic matters or your personal growth. You could receive good news from relatives living far away. However, starting November 9th, Mercury begins its retrograde motion. Mercury will be retrograding in your home, family, and domestic areas until the end of the month. During this time, misunderstandings in communication with family members may occur. Issues that were discussed in the past but left unresolved may resurface. In addition, if matters such as moving, buying, or selling property or renting are on your agenda, It would be better not to take new steps during this period. If possible, postpone important signatures until after Mercury retrograde. It could be a favorable time for selling, but be cautious with purchases. The new moon on November 20th will speed up your communication flow. You may make new plans with your close circle, organize short trips, or take important steps in meetings related to your work. This new moon will motivate you to put your ideas into practice and make quick decisions. Overall, November will be an important month in terms of family matters, communication flow, and balance within relationships. As long as you act patiently, planfully, and carefully, this month can bring you valuable opportunities. Wishing you a peaceful, prosperous, and joyful month. Dear Virgo and Rising Virgo. Dear Libra and Rising Libra, you are starting November with important responsibilities related to your work life, daily routine, and health. Throughout this month, your workload may increase, your daily rhythm may change, and you may need to pay extra attention to your well-being. It will be especially important not to ignore the signals your body gives you. As of November 4th, with Mars moving into Sagittarius, your communication with your close circle will become more active. Your need for freedom in relationships with siblings, cousins, or relatives may increase. At times, you may be prone to arguments, so it will be beneficial to remain patient. During this period, you may want to take on a leadership role within your environment and strongly defend your ideas. However, be careful not to overreact when others fail to understand you. The full moon in Taurus on November 5th will bring financial matters to the forefront. During this period, you may deal with payments, debts, insurance, or tax-related issues. An unexpected expense or a delay in income may occur. Maintaining financial balance will be particularly important during this time. It would be wise to act quickly because on November 9th, Mercury begins its retrograde motion. Since Mercury will be retrograding in your communication and transportation sectors, this marks a period when you need to be especially cautious. Technical issues may arise with phones, computers, or internet connections. Also, be prepared for misunderstandings, information mix-ups, and cancellations of meetings or appointments. Pay extra attention to online shopping, email communication, and written agreements. Avoid being in a rush in traffic as well. This is a period prone to minor accidents. Try to postpone signing important contracts or starting new business deals until after the end of the month, if possible. The new moon in Scorpio on November 20th will bring new financial opportunities. With this new moon, you may reorganize your income-expense balance and take concrete steps to strengthen your financial security. By making clear decisions about money matters, you will feel more confident and determined. Throughout November, themes of work, money, and communication will take center stage, dear Libras. If you focus on staying balanced, patient, and attentive to details, you can make this a very productive period. Wishing you a peaceful, prosperous, and balanced month, dear Libra and Rising Libra. Dear Scorpio and Rising Scorpio, you are stepping into November with both intense and enjoyable responsibilities. Moreover, this month is entirely your month. The sun moving through your sign boosts your energy, renews your self-confidence, and makes you both strong and determined. Right at the beginning of the month, with Mars entering Sagittarius on November 4th, financial activity begins. Your income may increase, but your expenses may rise just as quickly. Earning and spending money will both be in the spotlight during this time. You may need to allocate part of your budget to travel, education, or international-related matters. For Scorpios working in tourism, foreign trade, import-export, or international projects, this period can bring profitable opportunities. The full moon in Taurus on November 5th will activate your relationships and partnerships sector. During this full moon, important decisions related to your personal life may come to the forefront. You may start a new relationship, define the direction of an existing one, or focus more on developments in your partner's life. Your loved one's job, health, or a situation they are going through may also affect your own agenda during this time. In short, the focus will be more on your partner's life than on your own desires. It would be wise to act quickly because starting November 9th, Mercury begins its retrograde motion. Since Mercury will be retrograding in your house of money, you should be cautious with financial matters until the end of the month. This is not an ideal time for large purchases, investments, or taking on debt. Avoid risky moves and stay away from signing new business contracts, especially those involving unfamiliar parties. If you've previously worked with certain people, it will be safer to revive those past collaborations during this period. Later in the month, on November 20th, the new moon in your sign symbolizes a powerful new beginning for you. This new moon will give you the courage to make changes in many areas of your life. You can now take concrete steps in matters related to health, work, love, or family that you've been planning for a long time. The energy of this new moon will refresh you, boost your motivation, and open the door to a new chapter in your life. November is a time for renewal, empowerment, and laying solid foundations for you, dear Scorpios. Listen to your inner voice and take your steps with confidence. Wishing you a month in which you feel strong, peaceful, and renewed, dear Scorpio and rising Scorpio. Dear Sagittarius and rising Sagittarius, you are starting November with themes of home, family, and domestic life. Certain important responsibilities and decisions related to these areas may come to the forefront. You may need to make some sacrifices regarding family matters, and these acts of selflessness could play a defining role in the steps you take throughout the month. With Mars entering your sign on November 4th, your energy begins to rise again. If you've been in a waiting phase for a while, now is the time to take action. You will feel more active, brave, and enterprising. You are entering a period that's suitable for pursuing your desires and focusing on your personal goals. During this time, it will be nearly impossible to sit still. You'll want to express your energy outward, dear Sagittarius. The full moon in Taurus on November 5th will illuminate your work, service, and health sectors. Important developments may occur in your work environment. A sensitive issue involving your colleagues may arise, or you may need to make an important decision related to your job. During this period, you might reassess your productivity and efficiency and gain a clearer view of where you stand professionally. In terms of health, it would be wise to pay attention to minor issues related to the throat, neck, thyroid, or lymph nodes. Act quickly, because on November 9th, Mercury begins its retrograde motion in your sign. During this retrograde period, you may be prone to communication mishaps, misunderstandings, and errors in expression. It won't be an ideal time for new agreements, starting new jobs, or signing contracts. In addition, some communication issues or past relationships may resurface during this time. Be mindful of your words. Everything you say could echo more strongly than usual. The new moon in Scorpio on November 20th will mark the beginning of a more introspective period, one in which you turn inward and deepen spiritually. Compared to other signs, this new moon carries a calmer, more reflective energy for you. Fears, anxieties, or unresolved emotional matters from the past may surface. Rather than taking new steps, it would be best to use this time to think, plan, and restore your inner balance. November will be a month of renewal and inner awareness for you, dear Sagittarius. Wishing you a beautiful month filled with balance and the wise direction of your energy. Dear Capricorn and rising Capricorns, you are stepping into November with an intense flow of communication. Especially at the beginning of the month, meetings and responsibilities related to siblings, relatives, or your close circle will be at the forefront of your agenda. Your communication with these people may greatly shape the overall tone of the month. With Mars moving into Sagittarius on November 4th, you may feel an increased desire to withdraw or turn inward. Instead of dealing with major tasks, you might prefer to rest and recharge your energy. You may feel physically and mentally tired, and it could be difficult to find your direction. During this period, you might also experience indecision when faced with sudden choices. However, Mars's position is quite supportive in areas related to foreign connections, education opportunities, or dealings with people from different cultures. Focusing your efforts in these areas will bring you benefits. The full moon in Taurus on November 5th will highlight important developments in love and matters related to children. If you have a child, you may find yourself focusing more on them or on something significant happening in their life. Similarly, your love life is entering a dynamic phase. This full moon can bring swift developments in romantic relationships, and you may even meet someone through your social circle. A friendly connection could unexpectedly turn into something more romantic. It would be wise to act quickly before November 9th, because that's when Mercury begins its retrograde motion. Moreover, this retrograde will occur in your karmic zone, which means unresolved or unfinished matters from the past may resurface. Issues from around 6 years ago could come back into focus. This period is more about facing the past and completing unfinished business rather than starting something new. It's best to avoid signing contracts, making deals, or taking major decisions until after the retrograde ends. The new moon on November 20th will bring opportunities for a new environment, meeting new people, or making changes in your living space. If you're considering moving, transitioning to a different setting, or stepping into a new social circle, you can make use of this new moon's energy. Financial matters may also come to the forefront during this time, and it would be better to make monetary decisions after this date. November will be a month of both inner awareness and renewal for you. Protect your energy, close unfinished chapters from the past, and prepare for new beginnings, dear Capricorns. Dear Aquarius and rising Aquarius, you are stepping into November with a focus on financial matters. During this period, important responsibilities related to money may occupy your agenda. Tasks that need to be handled may have accumulated. But don't worry. You will find ways to organize everything and create your own sense of security. At the beginning of November, with Mars moving into Sagittarius, your circle of friends and social connections will become more active. Collaborative projects with friends may come to the forefront, and taking a leadership role or gathering with people who match your expectations may become prominent. You will also discover ways to manage important matters and goals in your professional life with ease. The full moon in Taurus on November 5th draws attention to home and family life. This full moon may bring tasks at home that need completion to the forefront. You may need to organize your space, deal with renovations or painting, or make critical decisions regarding domestic matters. You may notice that some issues accelerate during the full moon. Important developments concerning family elders may also come into play. On November 9th, Mercury prepares to go retrograde. Since Mercury will retrograde in your social and friendship sector, you may encounter some communication difficulties. During this period, you may spend more time with friends you have known from the past, enjoying familiar social environments rather than seeking out new circles. The new moon in Scorpio on November 20th will bring significant opportunities in your career and work life. Long-awaited breakthroughs and projects you've dreamed of may now start moving forward. This new moon will also be an ideal time to put important decisions regarding your professional life into action. November will be an active and opportunity-filled month for both your social and professional life, dear Aquarius. Dear Pisces and rising Pisces, November stands out as a very important and dynamic period for you. You will carry responsibilities related to yourself, your surroundings, and your life into this month, and fulfilling these duties will bring you satisfaction. If you want to improve yourself, change your appearance, or make critical decisions in your life, you will not hesitate to take these steps this month. Circumstances will be on your side, and you will clearly see the results of your actions. Mars's transition into Sagittarius signals rapid developments in your career. With a determined and competitive energy, you will find ways to resolve your work matters. During this period, it will be wise to communicate carefully with your superiors, avoid unnecessary delays, and adopt a clear and honest communication style. The full moon on November 5th will affect your close circle, relatives, and siblings. Expected steps may accelerate, and important developments such as job changes, engagements, or the arrival of a new family member may come to the forefront. Additionally, significant news from relatives or siblings may speed up matters related to your communications. On November 9th, Mercury prepares to go retrograde. Since Mercury will retrograde in your work, service, and career sectors, some challenges or communication issues from the past may resurface. You may be prone to misunderstandings when speaking in public or expressing yourself in front of crowds, so caution is important during this period. The new moon on November 20th will bring activity in travel, education, international-related matters, and commercial endeavours. During this period, you will make important decisions and take the planned steps without holding back. November will offer you many opportunities. Take advantage of this energy and enjoy it, dear Pisces and rising Pisces.